My journey for the HBCU began at Central High School because my math teacher, my favorite teacher at that time, Mr. Diano, a little short Italian guy about this big, he said, "Grimes, you are way too smart to waste your time going to a black college." It was very clear then and there that I was going to an HBCU.
In terms of HBCUs, I think that was ingrained in me from a very young age. I have an older sister that went to Spelman that is here now. People really thought that HBCUs were someplace that we were not supposed to go. But I really think that going to an HBCU, it has given me a pride about myself, not just about being black, but being a black woman. I really want to just stress that, especially to my sons that are here, that HBCUs are a thing that they should look at to their future.
In terms of my experiences at Del State, now in Delaware State University, I had an opportunity to do everything that I'm doing now. I was the editor of the school newspaper. And in addition to running the school newspaper, countless nights when everyone was partying, I balanced budgets, I did everything you needed to do to be in business.
So as a black woman trying to make her way through corporate America, through the social service side of things, oftentimes our voice is marginalized, right? We're seen as angry and we're difficult. And when we're in the meeting, sometimes our voice is silenced. So it was important for me at Lincoln to be able to find my voice, to not be afraid to say the things that I wanted to say.
Good afternoon. My name is Gregory Lyles, and I am the Area Development Director for the United Negro College Fund in this service area. And I, too, graduated from an HBCU. I graduated from Claflin College, which is in Orangeburg, South Carolina. A remarkable institution, and when I went there, they had 600 students. Today, they have over 2,000 students doing remarkable work. I think HBCU is critically important given today what's happening in the landscape of America.
It was the mid-60s or so when IBM was searching for a federal contract, right? But they were woefully inadequate in terms of minority participation. IBM went to every HBCU looking for mathematicians and anyone that they could train to be computer programmers. And if you remember from Hidden Figures, Janelle Monáe said, "If I were not black and were not female, I would be an engineer." The story I recounted for you is a story that my mother, who was a proud graduate of Savannah State College, told me about how she came to be a mathematician working for IBM.
One of the great joys of FIST for me was being educated by two African-American men that had their PhDs in math. I was a good student. I graduated salutatorian in my class, but when I got to FIST and everybody wanted to be a doctor and everybody couldn't pass calculus, so that really turned me on the fact that I was good in calculus, but it just motivated me so much to be educated by these two men that was African-American, and both of them had their PhDs in math. And that really gave me a lot of confidence and drive and motivation to allow me to do a lot of great things that I'm doing today.
I graduated from Hampton, and similar to Ms. Bowles, I did get recruited through that program where affirmative action was a boon to our African American community. The value of HBCUs and a part of what I learned at Hampton was to give back. And I was very happy for that lesson, being surrounded by people who were nurturing and devoted to our growth. And we will sustain HBCUs through our advocacy with the Malcolm Bernard HBCU College there.
I did not go to an HBCU. I went to an all-black university. I have been an HBCU educator for the past 20 years. I have seen it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have seen our people at their best and at their worst. And I'm there to give a helping hand. I have seen students who would come and would not like to go back home because their families would not understand why they are at Lincoln University. So we keep them there so that they can get used to what we want them to do, that is succeed.
I went to Cheney. I was a Vietnam widow with 3 children. And when I got to campus, Dr. Overton was there to get one of my children, one of my sons, and Dr. somebody else was there to get the other one. and they let me take one to class. That would have never happened anywhere else. Okay? My kids went on field trips and this and that and the other while I was in class.
For me, Morehouse saved my life. When I think about Morehouse College, I am reminded of how HBCUs are significant for us because many times we do not really know the power of these institutions in changing lives. And really what Morehouse did for me is that it opened up a world that I did not even know existed. You see, my brother, I was the first college graduate for my family, and my brother struggled because he was hooked on crack cocaine. Both my mother and my father struggled because of alcoholism. But it was Morehouse that really helped me to see that there was another world out there. And what Morehouse and Fisk and Hampton and Cheney and Lincoln University, which I served as vice chair at one point, what they have all done for all of us is that they have helped us to understand that we are valued, that there is something great inside of us.